Yeah.
Well, very good evening. You shouldn't be doing that. Take it easy. Very good evening, one and all, and welcome along to the Studio Rats Q&A Live number 296. My name's James Ivy,
I'm Paul Drew.
and he's hurt his back still, so he's
It's more
taking.
than just hurt my back. I think it's just a little bit more. I've got a slip disc.
You actually have diagnosed as a slip disc.
Yeah, that's when you know you're old, isn't it? When you've got a slip disc.
Yes. So Paul's going to sit there and not do any more silly pirouettes on office chairs. But you are all very welcome along to our weekly takeover of the interwebs. It's been an interesting week. I've been a busy week so far. Even though I was just saying to Paul, it feels like the start of the week, thanks to having a day off yesterday with the kids and bank holiday on Monday. But Mr. Drew, what have you been up to?
I bought a new guitar.
Mm-hmm. We can kind of see that.
See that? I'm going to get that in a minute. That arrived today.
Nice.
Sold loads of guitars. So I sold. Well, James knows this anyway, but sold loads of guitars and loads of bits and pieces. So I decided to treat myself with that, and I haven't got a clue what I've been doing. I've been doing some videos. There's a load of videos coming out. We did the Andertons video. The Andertons video got released.
The video that we both agreed would either fly or fall, and it's become nearly the most controversial thing on the internet.
Yeah, people. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's funny what people think, but it's good. You know, it's good. A difference of opinion are good.
Discussion is great.
Discussion is great. There have been some silly comments of the week.
I mean, I could load up the magazine and fire them off, but you know,
there's been some funny ones, and not really sort of stupid, just more guitar players. Guitar players. What are we like?
Offensive is probably fairly close.
And
that was a really good trip, though. A really good.
It's good, wasn't it?
Good day. Thanks to Lee and the team at Andertons. Long day. Obviously, it was last Wednesday. We did it, but really good day. Good. And a good video come off it, and hopefully Lee sort of put his feet up for an hour and watched it, because I don't think we've ever put a video out that's been a whole an hour long.
No, Lee said he watched the beginning and the end, and right. So, what about yourself?
So where are we on tail end of last week? I'm sure I must have done something. I had a cheer day on Saturday.
Oh, where were you?
Where were we? Warwick, University of Warwick. That was an interesting day, considering we took the power out at one point. That was always fun.
That's sort of Birmingham, past Birmingham.
Coventry, Birmingham way. Yeah. Took the day off yesterday and took the kids to Chessington. I'm not some kind of evil scroll truant type person. It was a inset day, so we all went off to Chessington, and it was brilliant. Spent most of Monday working on the Andertons video, because obviously, as you can imagine, there was about 8 hours of footage to wade my way through.
Big job. And
then today, you and I have been cooking up the next video for a product that we can't talk about until tomorrow.
Yep.
Just busy week. I'm away this weekend as well, up in Scotland. So just it feels like the start of the week, but it's the middle of the week, which is, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Our American brethren wouldn't understand. We had a bank holiday, so we had a Monday off, which just messes up the rest of your week, doesn't it?
But I didn't have, because I worked. It just feels a bit weird. In a nice way. I mean, so family time is good and all that sort of thing. Just getting back into it.
Awesome.
Vinnie's going to join us later. Phil has sent his apologies. I don't know where that boy puts his priorities these days.
Unbelievable. It's like, you know, he takes paid work for over doing this for nothing. It's unbelievable.
Unreal. So let's dive in. Let's get on with these and see where we end up.
Russ, he said, sad that I can't be here to see the Simpsons Rats episode, but just stopped by to say, don't be afraid to scoop your mids.
And by the Simpsons episode,
we can have a fight about that. Pretty good.
I was so pleased with how that came out.
That's pretty good. Yeah. No, and please, Walrus, do be afraid to scoop your mids.
Never scoop the mids. Never scoop the mids.
Plexico, hi, Plexico. Hope you're well.
Hey.
All right, Al, how's it going, mate?
How's in the house?
Al, can we just go back to Alisec, even with the evening chaps?
Yeah.
Al put a comment in on the Andertons video about thinking about getting his Sir plecked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sirs used to be plecked.
Right.
All of those used to be plecked, and now I don't think they are plecked. If I was you, Al, I wouldn't bother getting that guitar plecked. I think that guitar was pretty much the most perfect playing guitar that I ever was stupid enough to let go. Why did I let that go?
I don't know. Why did you?
Because I'm an idiot.
Because you wanted Al to have it. You wanted Al to have a beautiful thing in his life.
That's exactly what it was. I did it for Al. Yeah.
You let Al. You took one for the team. At this point, though.
Plexico, thank you, mate. He says, "Hey, just wanted to send money for great content. Revolutionary. It's so easy to do. Cheers, Plexico. It's very nice. Well, I mean, give us a like, subscribe. Even better, click that. What's that new button?
Hype.
Yeah, give us one. Oh bollocks! My camera's just gone. Give us. Just do the lot. Thank you. Cheers.
And for those of you who are perhaps feeling super generous, Jivey Talks Tech is here we go. I waggle my finger and it all goes mental. Jivey Talks Tech is 97 off 5,000. So if anybody fancies doing some subscription, some subs lark, then please, I'll happily beg because I'm cheap.
And if you do it, he promises not to do any more jazz tunes.
I can't promise that.
Greetings, says Evrim. Greetings, Evrim. Gear Safari Al, he says, really enjoyed the Plek video and I did watch it from beginning to end. And now I'm thinking of sending some of mine now to be sorted. Nice. Highly recommended.
Really good.
What your Sir does. Your Sir needs to be.
But I mean, if you want to, as we said in the video, if you want to get it from like 90% to 100% and it's already playing great and you just want to push it that extra little bit, maybe it is worth it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. There's certain guitars I don't think I need to. I mean, there's certain guitars I would go like, that I'm now like, oh, I could, maybe I can get that. But then, if they play great, they play great.
Would you Plek a Nick Huber?
No, exactly. That's what I mean. There's no way that anyone's touching that Nick Huber.
Right.
Because that guitar is absolutely German perfect.
I would love to put it on the machine and see how perfect the German machine thinks the German guitar is.
Yeah, but that's the thing. See, that guitar is absolutely perfect. And that Strat was not perfect.
There you go.
So, but that Nick Huber that's just a ridiculous guitar.
Okay, well, I did pick that guitar up, purposefully, to strike a chord, so to speak. Boom.
Thoraz 1297. Hello from Germany. Hello to Germany.
Hello.
Paul, he said, evening all, off work this week and just back from a 20-kilometer walk in Derbyshire.
Nice.
Looking forward to chill with you if I don't fall asleep. Nice one. Well done, Paul.
Nice work.
Good effort, yes. The Simpsons rats. Ha. Cheers, JP. Chileno, he says, that Keeley Funk Siren is piquing my interest. Have either of you tried it yet? I haven't even seen we're supposed to have our finger on the pulse, aren't we?
I think we're on. If our finger's on the pulse, it's kind of.
What's it called? Punk Siren.
Yeah, Keeley Funk Siren.
Funk Siren. Is that going to be like a cocked wire or something? Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll talk about that in the. Oh no, it's a freeze hold delay.
Oh,
Weird name for. So we're talking about. Actually, shall I show it?
yes, please do.
Let's show it. Oh no, not that one.
I'll just take that out of there so we get full
That
screen.
one?
And
Tell me when.
go, but you're not sharing yet. Do hold, dear viewer.
Sorry, everybody. Better?
And boom.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Funk Siren. So what is it?
It doesn't look as cool as I would hope a funk siren would look.
I don't think Keeley pedals. Don't get me wrong. Keeley's pedals are awesome.
They sound great.
Yeah,
but
I don't think
a funk siren should be pink and orange and 70s.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think his pedals are ever aesthetically wow. I think they're just brilliant pedals.
Mm.
But I don't really understand. Look at this. It's got some outs. So what? It's got time there. It's got input blend. So it's got an input. So it's probably got a preamp in it. It's got a blend, feedback, filter, and depth. Nice.
I want it to be the funk siren.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think they should have done it in
70s Larry.
Yeah,
70s flares would have been great on that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, there we go.
Right there. But yes, I'd like to hear that. I'd like to try that. Boom.
Cool. And I enjoyed the Plek video too. I may well get my PJE done after that. Nice.
Patrick James Eggle?
Yes, I imagine so.
Yeah. I was thinking actually that guitar could do with a bit of love of mine.
Well, it's old.
I know it's old. It could do with a bit of love.
Yeah. Nice. Do it. It's honestly, I think that's the best. If you've got a guitar you love, that's the best 170 quid you can spend.
Yeah, yeah.
Graham Campbell, evening rats and everybody. Evening, Graham Campbell. Stone Rivers, evening rats. Great Plek video. Cheers, Stone Rivers.
Thank you all.
Tricky Trav, hello mate. He said, evening fellas. Evening, Tricky Trav. Oh, can I just say as well, I did think Jason who did the Plek for us he was very good.
He was not only very good, he was also very good on camera as well, which was great because not everyone is a natural. He did say he's done some skate videos and some other stuff like where he's been on camera before, but you could tell he was very happy to be on camera and very good on camera. So it made our job a lot easier. I think you were quite surprised how quickly I managed to pull that together as well, weren't you?
I was. Really big yourself up.
Well, you know, someone's got to. You never do.
Fram, can an orange terra stamp be used? Can orange terra stomp?
That should be a stomp, I would have thought.
Okay. Be used in front of my Tonex, then into my cab. Thoughts? No amp head. Plek vid amazing. Cheers, mate. Let me see what the orange
terra stomp. I bet it's just an orange. It's probably the preamp from an orange tiny terra. I mean,
yeah, I just never heard of the orange terra stomp. Oh, it's called a stamp. So it's called the stamp. Let's
I shall show it. 1 second.
You can do it, can you? You can do it from there.
Got it, yeah.
Okay, so it's a 20 watts hybrid guitar amp pedal. Let me just see what the ins and outs are. Yeah, you've got a line out.
You've got an effects send and return as well.
So what was I'm going to go back. I'm going back now.
All right. Oh, sorry. You caught me out.
Can the orange terra stamp be used in front of my Tonex, then into my cab?
No.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
No, so not in front of your Tonex because it's the power stage as well.
No, hold on. He wants to use the stamp in front of the Tonex, then into the cab. So yeah, he's got the power cab. So plug the cab into the stamp. Why do they call it a stamp?
Don't know. Maybe it's tiny and
then could he put the? I don't see the point. I don't see why you'd want to do that.
If anything, you'd want the Tonex in the loop if you wanted to use the preamp of the orange, but you would have to remember to turn all the cab emulation off if you're using the power amp from the stamp into a real speaker.
Yeah, just trying to think why I'd want to do that.
Just variation of more amp styles.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be tempted to run the orange super clean.
I don't think it's designed for that. I don't think it's designed. This is designed as a pedal platform. I mean, you could run the. I guess you could run it. You could run the Tonex pedal
into it.
The Tonex pedal into the orange.
Yeah, and then
bypass it when he wants to use the orange. But I don't think you can use both together. I don't think you. That's not really what it's designed for.
If you're just using the orange as a power amp, and you're not getting any tonal flavor from the preamp that's in the orange, then use the Tonex as you would. Just make sure you turn off the cab emulation, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
but don't think you can run out of the stamp into the Tonex, because all you'll actually do is blow the front end out, because you're sending watts into the Tonex rather than milliwatts. Whatever you do, don't come out of the powered output, the speaker output on the stamp into the Tonex, because you will blow the thing into the middle of next week.
Yes, definitely don't do that.
I mean, there's an old phrase in electronics called "tune for maximum smoke," so you know where the problem is, and I guarantee you'd find the problem pretty quick.
Chilino says, Paul, you have great touch on the guitar, always phenomenal tone as well. Thanks, mate. That's very kind of you. That's very nice to hear. Much appreciated. Paul says, love theme parks, though my 23-year-old daughter smashed 3 front teeth in half at Alton Towers on Friday. Oh no. Not always a good experience. 1,800 quid in emergency dentist fees.
Oh,
you can imagine. Oh, bless her. You imagine a 23-year-old with smashed teeth.
Oh yes, I imagine that went down like a dose of salts. Yes,
their egos can't handle that. No.
Well, get well soon and stuff.
Yeah, bless her. Paul. Yeah, hope she's okay. Mr. Anderson 59. Welcome to sunny Chicago, gents. Welcome from sunny Chicago. Cheers, Mr. Anderson.
I'm sorry, I can't say Mr. Anderson without going, Mr. Anderson.
The Doogsy. Hello, Plekists. Hello, Plekists.
Here we are.
Stone Rivers. Can I ask your opinion? I've been offered a straight swap with a Friedman Smallbox 50 for my Soldano SLO Classic 30. What do you reckon? Also, resale value difference. Okay, so resale value, if it's the Smallbox 50, the non-custom shop, it's a slightly different flavor. If you mean, okay, so value wise, they're about the same. They're actually made by the same people. So I like both. I've got a small box. The small box is over there,
and I'd like the SLO 30.
Yeah. I mean, so if you've got the custom shop small box is more expensive. So if you've been offered the small, it's also known as the small box Wildwood edition, I think. In the UK, we know it as the custom shop. If it's that one, I think you're getting a really good deal. If it's not that one, it's a great amp. If you like more sort of Marshall, it's quite, the small box is quite, it's aggressive in a good way. So it does all the sort of BE tones. It's not as smooth as the BE, as in the Brown Eye. I think, yeah, I mean, look, if you're bored with the SLO, I really like the SLO. I like both. If you're bored with the SLO, it's a nice change. See how you get on.
Yeah. And he said,
bet the small box would heavy up with a boost. Well, the Wildwood edition, you don't need that. But yes, yeah, very much so. The small box was Friedman's original plexi, heavy plexi, sort of modded plexi. It's brilliant. You can't go wrong with it. Hi all. Hi, Anton. JVs. He said, "What's your opinion overall on the new NUX MG-50Li? Saw your video on it and thought it sounded really great. Do you know if it will load native NAM captures?" We need to talk about that as well, James.
We do.
NAM captures.
We do. So it does load NAM captures. I did the video for that one. And it also loads its own image captures, and it will combine. You can combine images to form a deep image. The first time I did it, I had a great deal of success, and the amp captured really, really well. The second and third time I did it, I wasn't so successful, and went, "Bleh, why isn't this working?" and threw my toys at the playpen. So clearly the tech does work. It's possibly a little temperamental, but overall, I mean, the unit is sitting there waiting to do some more captures with. I actually was very impressed with it, and I think it's a good sounding unit. It's easy to use. It reminded me a lot of the 11 rack because you don't get infinite levels of tweakability. You get what you need most of the time. So yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah. Don't expect to go sort of super deep diving into, EQing your effects, taking the top and bottom off your reverbs, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And also the only thing that really did annoy me is there is no delay time option. It's
apparently there is on certain delay models.
Right. Okay. Well, I couldn't. The ones I picked didn't have that, which I found annoying.
Yeah. Apparently, if you'd have watched, there was a comment in the videos. If you'd have watched Rob Chapman's video,
no offense to Rob, but that was never going to happen in a million years. Because also, I don't watch somebody else's video of a product I'm reviewing because that's going to set me off. No, I never do.
Oh, I do. See, I do. If I'm reviewing it after, I love to do that because then I can sort of I can see what other people have got out of it. And
no, I want to go. I want to be fresh to it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay. I've even been told sometimes, "I'll go and watch so and so's review. They were really good." I'm like, "No, I don't want to do someone else's reviews. It's my review."
I don't know. I mean, I think sometimes someone will say something. You go, "Oh, I didn't know it did that. That's great. I forgot about that."
Yeah.
JVs. Also, do you think it stacks up against the Tonex pedal?
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, it's way more powerful than the Tonex pedal.
Yeah, but there are things in. I think Tonex is easier.
Yeah.
But that's but the capture tech. Once they, I think once we're a couple of firmware updates and tweaks and things in, the capture tech will be really stable. But yes, it does load NAM captures. And by that, we mean neural amp modeling, not NAM as in the National Association of Music Merchants.
Yeah. Chris, evening, Chris. Hope you're well.
Evening.
The Doogsy, the major setting for your Stark Plek. The major setting for your Stark Plek was the curved neck by adjusting the truss rod.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so basically, the big setting that made the neck work and reflect so well was that originally, and this is something that we had to go in and tweak thanks to the office stereo system pumping out some Iron Maiden as we were in there. The bit that I had to speed up was the bit where Jason kind of went on the neck and took it from a version a level 4 curve to a level 1 curve.
Yes, I don't think so. If you'd have seen, well, I don't believe that's true though. I don't believe the major setting was the truss rod. I think the major setting, sure. I mean, the Plek machine wanted to see a bit more relief. That's what it wants to see. It doesn't necessarily mean that it was wrong originally. It wants to see a bit more relief because that's how it likes to do things. The major difference was that from what I remember, it was the high E string, or that the high strings had more fret than what they needed. So it took down a tiny bit of the fret in that area. Now,
Yeah.
it didn't do the whole fret. This is what's different. And I think this is what people are commenting on the video saying, oh yeah, but a decent Plek with a fret rocker could have done this. Yes, it could have done, but most times when you're a tech has got a fret rocker, he's taking off the whole fret. This was taking off tiny bits of fret in the right places.
Yes, it's very clever system. I mean,
Really?
yes, it was a long video, but I came away going, "Wow, I actually understand this. I wouldn't want to do it yet, but I get it."
Yeah, yeah. Matt, good day from Bermondsey. Just took delivery of our shipping container from Singapore after 7 years. Hoping all my gear is okay, having avoided the Strait of Hormuz. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
You've come back at the right time of year, I guess. If you'd come back in the winter, you might have gone, what have we done?
Yes.
Blind Man Gary. Hi, Blind Man Gary. Chris, finally getting to grips with his Axe Fix. I was going to ask about that actually, and then I saw that comment. So that's great, Chris. Good to know.
Hey, Chaz is back.
Chaz, greetings all from South Wales, New York, USA. Greetings, Chaz.
And great to hear that your eye operation is recovering. You're recovering appropriately. So great. Well done.
Yeah. Chris says, if we're talking freeze-hold delays, Horizon Devices Flux Echo is business. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Mr. Anderson, greetings from sunny Chicago, gents. Greetings to sunny Chicago. Have we done that one?
I thought so, but maybe not.
I think you did. Martin, hi guys. Purchased an Epiphone IBG Custom 335 from Peach Guitars. I opted to get it pleked before they shipped it to me. Plays like a dream. Great guitars. Have you tried one? IBG, inspired by Gibson.
Yes.
No, I haven't tried an inspired by Gibson 335. Awesome. Glad you're glad you like it. Yeah, awesome. Thing is, I'd still like to play a guitar before it got pleked. But maybe you don't. Maybe you just go, okay, we'll sort it. Let's get it. Like for instance, as we were saying earlier, you know, that Nick Huber.
No.
No, you know, no one's touching that. But you know, if I'd have thought, oh, maybe I should get that plate before I take ownership of it. I mean, I would have. I would have benefited from it. I don't think. But anyway. Rat Revival. Evening, guys. Evening, mate. He says, my Tone King Imperial Mark II preamp should arrive tomorrow. I was wondering if it can do 80s cleans and lead stuff. Mainly clean. I was thinking of bypassing the IR cab and half.
No, and one of two, and this is two of two.
Go into my DBX 160 and other effects. So can we go back to the last one? Okay.
Basically, he wants to do what this sounds to me like he wants to do the whole straight into the desk thing for the 80s cleans type sound.
Right.
And straight into a DBX 160. That would sound great.
Yeah.
Can you bypass the cab on a button?
I mean, can it do? It's not designed to do. Can you just go back to the other one again? Sorry.
Yep. Sorry.
80s clean. Well, it's a Fender. It's a Fender amp. Think of it like it's a Tone King Imperial. So it's. Can it do 80s cleans? It does vintage cleans. I mean, what do you mean by 80s cleans? You know, do you mean like Dan Huff type cleans? We're probably with enough compression and stuff. I was thinking of bypassing the arcade, but I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't. I would never say 80s cleans is that sort of sound. I think it's brilliant. I think the Imperial is really good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Fender fan, but I kind of know what he means. You want that kind of compressed straight into the desk sound. if there is a button that you can where you can mute the cab IR.
Oh, I saw it. Okay, I get it. So he wants to do that and then bypass. Okay, so he wants to. So it's almost like running a Fender preamp into
straight into the desk,
into the compress. Wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it'll work. Yeah. And he also says the last effect would go out the effects return of the pedal. What do you guys think? I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it in that way, but it's the Imperial is really good. Pets, hello mate. He says cracking video, a Plek video, gents. Considering having my Tommy Emmanuel signature and Masterbuilt done. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Just no, do it. Yeah, if you think there's something, if there's something about that Masterbuilt that you think it could do with a little tweak, then do it. If it plays well, I think just be happy. I would say.
I think there is the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think
I mean, I wasn't 100%. I wasn't 100% happy. I was 95% happy. Now I'm 100% happy.
Good.
Al from Gears Forest says, like and subscribe, folks. Cheers, Al. Yes, we always forget to say it. If give us a like and subscribe, it really does help. We don't I was going to say we don't monetize the show. We are monetizing the show now occasionally because the YouTube algorithm will push out the show a little bit more, which I found out, but it's hardly worth doing. But yes, give us a like and subscribe. It really helps.
And as I've said, if anybody fancies subscribing to Jivey Talks Tech, we are but 95 away from 5,000, which is not a huge number in YouTube maths, but it is to me. So nice. Yes, please do.
Periluna, what's the best pickup for a Strat for HSS?
Well, you need 3. You need an H and H and an S, an H and S and an S.
So you want so do you want the whole HSS? Oh, man, I think. Do you know what? I would, if I was just going to go and buy some pickups blind, I would go and get a Sir Thornbucker and a couple of Sir single coils, like the I've forgotten what they're called. They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Because those guitars are designed, the Sir guitars are predominantly HSS, and that's what they mainly do. I know they do HH and they do HSH and all that, but Sir guitars are known for that, and they do really, really work. And the Sir Thornbucker is more single coil voiced, so you can't go wrong with it.
Do you know who we need to really answer this question?
Who's that, James?
Vinnie the Axe!
Who's here?
Hey, what's going on?
All right, mate. How's it going?
Good.
What's your ball?
I just got done plucking my Nick Huber.
I'm guessing, how does your Nick Huber play?
Absolutely fantastic, and I would not have anybody touch it at all, ever.
No.
Vinnie, pick up for an HSS Strat.
What's the best pickup for Strat for HSS? What you mean, the bridge pickup? Is that what they're talking about, or the whole setup?
Full set, I think.
The whole set. I've done the whole set.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the best is. I would say you could go with the 78 Seymour Duncan if you don't want to spend a lot of money. You can go with, if you want modern, I would go with a Lindy Fralin modern. That's cool with some matching pickups. I'm not a big fan of mix matching brands, so whatever you decide to go with, there's so many cool options. DiMarzio, if you're into 80s metal, Tone Zone in the bridge, and then you can do the Cruiser in the neck. I've done that combo. That's a good combo. Man, I mean, there's so many good pickups out there. I mean, the middle of the road, without saying 80s or anything else, I would say a Lawler Imperial, and get 2 of the either the Blondes single coils would be a cool combo.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
In other news, mate, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. I did buy something new. I don't have it with me, but I did buy a Gig Rig Quartermaster 6 switcher for my board. But I think I showed you guys, but I'll show the audience. I was having pickup remorse, and not that it sounded bad. I had my Dave Murray Seymour Duncan set in here, but I decided I just felt like I was just staring at it the other night. You know, always at like 9 o'clock at night, I'm looking at it going, man, I de-stratified my Stratocaster. You know, why? So I put the original pickups back in, but I put a mint guard on there instead of the pure white one. Yeah, I always felt like on this guitar, that pure white pick guard looked really cheap looking. Like it looks like it comes on like a cheap guitar. So I had this mint one, and this is like the, what era is it? Like 60, whatever. It's the vintage 11 holes. So the holes are in a different spot than the standard. So this has the metal, the aluminum or aluminium backing to this one separate plate. So I had this in stock with a bunch of parts. And so I put this in, and I rather like this a lot better. I think it just fits the guitar a lot better. So I put the original pickups back in, and you
like those pickups.
You know what? I have a love-hate with these things. I don't know what they're the hand wound red hot Stratocaster Fender custom shop pickups.
Right.
And I don't think you could buy them off the shelf either. You have to buy them in one of their guitars. And they're dark sounding. They don't have that chime, but the bridge sounds killer, you know, with overdrive. But the other two pickups are like, eh. So I don't know. I think I need to give Mr. Ron Ellis a call and maybe see what he says. I think maybe the 64S's might be cool in here. Is it 64S?
That's what I've got in my. That's what I've got in this guitar. So I've got the. I don't know why. Maybe if Ron's watching, Ron can chip in, or he normally watches during the day anyway. So maybe he'll watch this tomorrow, but he can inform me. But I've got their hot pickup in there, and then the 64S in there. But that's a hotter one. Now I can't find that on his website, so I don't know if he just did that.
Oh yeah, because I haven't seen that. Okay.
But yes, that's really good. So now that's like, you know, like when you get a Strat and it's a bit, the bridge pickup's always just too bright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't have the problem with that with this one. This one's dark sounding and it's overwound. It's the other two pickups that are kind of muddy and they don't have that glassy thing going on with them. So I don't know. I'll try to get a hold of Ron. Maybe I'll send out, I don't know if I can email him right through the thing, but I'll email him and see what we can put in here.
Paul, when are you getting that guitar resprayed as well? Because it's such a mess.
I know it showed up like this brand new. I was going to send it back, but I kind of like it.
It's crazy. We've had some comments this week.
I can only imagine.
Boom! There we go.
Pamapop. Plek might work with not so swell build guitars. None of the best playing builders, Tom Anderson, Sir James Tyler, use it. Sir stopped using it. In fact, now voids lifetime guitar warranty if you Plek. Okay. I've had all of those guitars, and none of those guitars play as well as my Strat. And I've had multiple Sirs. The James Tyler, when it arrived, don't get me wrong, it's a great guitar. I completely changed the way that guitar was set up. So you can't. It's a blanket statement that's, you know, that's a bit of a blanket statement. I feel you're right. Certain Tom Anderson, certain Sirs, and certain James Tylers probably won't need it. No, absolutely. Certain Masterbuilt guitars won't need it. Certain custom shops, certain Japanese, Korean Fenders won't need it. It's just it's not like who's a better builder. That's a you know, we're not.
And keep in mind, every builder makes mistakes, you know, and it comes down to the people working there, who's doing the setup, who's filing the nut. I've had one of those brands there where the nut was cut so low that it was literally ringing up against the first fret. There was nothing could be done. I had to send it back to the company, you know, and you're talking a $3,800 guitar at the time, which is probably now $4,500. So
Vin, I don't know if you, because you've had a couple of Sirs. I've had a couple of Sirs, and this is it. It annoys me slightly when people say that Sir is so much better than anything else. I've had Sirs because Sir don't use string trees, and they use like a staggered tuner system. I've had Sirs that don't have enough downpull. What do you call it? But behind the nut.
Yeah, the break angle.
Yeah, break angle. They don't have enough break angle. And I've had 2 Sirs that have done that.
I had
and Alstor is the only Sir that I think that I haven't had that with.
I've had 5 Sirs.
And how many problems did you have with the
just one was the nut file issue. One of the slots was cut too low at the factory, and it had to go back. And that was the Polonia one that they did for the limited run. I was really annoyed. But this one, now I've had the Sir Drip, which I shouldn't have got rid of. It was a modern. I had a classic. What else did I have? I'm trying to think. I've had quite a few. And then this one is the best one I've ever owned. I had a burst relic one.
Oh, wow.
And it was really cool. It looked overly relic. It looked like it was caught in a fire. But it was a good playing guitar. But when I put it up against another guitar that I had at the time, it was like redundant. So I wound up selling it, but I should have kept that one. But this one by far, this is the best playing Sir I have ever owned, hands down. It's actually probably one of the best guitars I have ever owned, hands down.
I like that guitar.
And this was a concoction by somebody. And it had a special, I think I talked about it a few episodes back, but I'm sure the audience is different sometimes. But it had a different neck profile, custom requested profile, which I was a little bit concerned about, but I bought it anyway. And this is made out of Polonia wood as well. But this guitar plays absolutely like just surgically perfect. It is, man, it's really good. I really can't say enough about this one. Plus, I like this headstock.
I way prefer that headstock. If you ever sell that, I'm having that.
Yeah.
We'll work out a way of shipping it over to the UK.
There's a NAMM show meetup planning there, isn't there? Right, boom.
Fram, Driver, yes. Orange power stamp has power amp only. Tone from Tonex. Thanks.
Yeah. So Tonex, he's using the power stamp just as a power amp.
Awesome.
So you straight out mono out of the Tonex. Just turn the cab emulation off. Job's a wonderful thing.
I think, but the original question was, can you run the stamp into Tonex?
No, don't.
I think there is a line out. There is a line out though.
I'd still do the round.
Yeah, I would as well. Richard, hello, mate. He said, "Evening, boys. I've started the endless pit of exploring NAMM captures. What's your thoughts on a pedal to load them?"
Well, I mean, the NUX, the MG-50Li, loads them fine. If you want other stuff on it, it's great. Use that.
Yeah. It's just the endless. There are so many of them, aren't there?
There are so many, but there are so many Tonexes. There are so many. Everybody's. I mean, Kemper profiles. There are. I mean, literally, look up gazillions in the dictionary. It says see Kemper profiles.
What does? Sorry, what does? Say it again.
If you look up the word gazillions in the dictionary, it says see Kemper profiles.
Got the joke.
Yeah, not that funny, clearly. Yeah, I mean, we've not got into NAMM captures or NAMM profiling, but Paul clearly is going to have a word with me about doing it because my understanding of doing it is it's a code level thing, and I don't want to start becoming a code monkey any more than I already am. If there was a nice, easy UI sort of platform in software to do it, great. But as far as I know, there isn't. You have to get into the code level and start messing around with it, and that's not my bag of chips.
We'll have to have a look at it. But anyway, we'll talk about it later. Jazz, he said, have either of you gents had the opportunity to try the new Warm Audio reamp box? No.
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 Warm don't like us anymore. I don't really know why, because I don't think we've ever upset them.
Don't know what's going on there.
It's not like I haven't been reviewing their stuff since the beginning of Warm Audio.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Mm.
Pama Pop says, John Sir, we make sure the wood's straight and leveled under the actual string tension before the frets go. Awesome. Unfortunately, he doesn't worry about his nuts. Anyway.
But
not his thumbs. I don't mean his thumbs. Evan K. I'm looking for an all-tube practice amp for use at home. Is the Laney Cub Super 12 a good option? Do you have any other suggestions? I'm looking for an all-tube practice amp for use at home. Laney Cub Super 12, good option. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, 12
watts is still going to really offend your neighbours.
That's loud.
It's loud as hell. Loud. I mean, Vinnie's got the little Laney... What's that, 5 watt?
I got the 5 watt Lionheart.
How loud is that?
It's still loud, but you can get it down to a manageable level. So it's I would say it's more bedroom friendly than a 12 watter. Also, I will throw out the Blue Guitar Amp 1. Even though it's 100 watts, you can get it down to, like conversation volume, and it still sounds like it's driving, which is an oddball. The other thing that's really cool, I don't know if you're into it, would be the Tone King Gremlin. It's a 5 watt amp, and it has the Iron Man attenuation built in the back, and you can get that down to super manageable level too. Those would be my picks.
No reverb or effects loop on that.
Yeah, no, you'd have to run everything in front. Yeah. That's the only downside.
Can I throw a curveball in?
Yeah.
If for you practice amp for use at home, why does it have to be all tube? Other than because you love playing through tube amps, because generally tube equals loud.
Mm.
If you're in an apartment, say, or a what's the word I'm thinking of, a condo or something like that we don't have over here, you're going to upset people.
Mm.
So maybe, dare I say it, a Boss Katana, because you're getting all your effects and everything in one box, and they still sound pretty damn fine.
I still think I would, if you want like a proper amp, though, I still think the Amp 1 is a good shout.
Yeah, it is. Great shout.
And I have to say, this Laney is not a one-trick pony, is what I like about it. It has a fantastic clean channel, and it has a fantastic dirty channel. It has an effects loop. It has onboard digital reverb, and then it's got outs that you could direct record with it. So, I mean, and it comes in a little, you could buy it in a combo instead of the head version. So
I think a lot of modern amps as well have such great master volumes now.
True.
Friedman's, the Bad Cats, they're really good. You can drive them at whisper volumes and they don't sound crap.
Yeah. Or you can get a quad Cortex and get a really good set of headphones so you don't bother anybody at night, and then run a good set of computer monitors.
Yeah. Yep.
Loads of options. Pama Pop. John Sir continued, the frets are minimally dressed because it's the fingerboard level. That's the foundation. I don't believe in fixing something in level of the fingerboard. Don't believe in fixing something in level of the fingerboard with the frets.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Wadey, 1960s CS. Made my first personal captures of my new 2-Rock Studio Overdrive with my Nano Cortex. Turned out pretty good, but just for home use is all pretty simple. Nice.
Mm.
Hey, can I talking about custom shop? Can I show my new guitar?
Please do.
Okay.
You can't miss it.
You definitely can't miss it.
Is that graffiti yellow?
It's faded graffiti yellow.
Nice.
So it's but the what Phil said, I think Phil called an abomination or something. Chicken head knob. So it's really interesting. It's custom shop Strat, but it's a Levi Perry. So Levi Perry's just left the Fender Masterbuilt team. So he's not a Fender Masterbuilder anymore, and he started up his own company. I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, so I've got a feeling that the Levi Perry custom shops are going to be quite sought after because he was the new sort of hot master builder while he was there.
And then he left.
Huh?
And then he left.
Yeah, I think he wasn't getting paid. He wasn't getting paid what he thought, and he started his own company. Good on him, I think. So anyway,
what's the pickup? What's the bridge pickup?
That's a Seymour Duncan Antiquity.
Nice.
These are hand wound Texas Specials, which I've never tried Texas Specials before. So they're darker than your normal sort of Fender. I guess they're more high output.
Yeah.
To compensate with that. But it's got sorry, go on.
The pole pieces line up under the strings on the bridge pickup?
Of course they don't. Of course they don't.
Yeah.
But I've never had an issue with that.
That just sends me over the edge. It just pisses me off. Every custom shop I've had are all the same. They put a standard pickup in there instead of a trembucker because they probably don't want to cut the hole open in the pick guard to accommodate the Seymour Duncan trembucker, because a Seymour Duncan trembucker has wider outer constraints than a standard one, unlike DiMarzio, who makes an F spaced, and the same constraints they're identical with their F and non-F spaced. So you will play hell trying to get a trembucker in that pick guard. You have to really kind of get the file the hole open a little bit wider. But it just I know it doesn't do anything. It's just it's
the aesthetics of it.
Yeah.
Sure, I get that. I get that.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, can you get an Antiquity with a
trembucker spaced Antiquity? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Because they're designed as
like old school PAF, right? Yeah.
So so not only that, it's got a switch there, and this control here is a super boost. So think of it like a mid boost circuit, like a Clapton mid boost, where you can control the boost. Now, if you put the switch in and you wind that all the way back, the guitar's off. So the switch down, you then dial in the amount of mid boost that you want. So if you have it there, it's actually quieter than the actual pickups.
All right.
Okay. And which is really interesting. So standard sort of Masterbuilt thing, and then also in the back, I've taken because I always do, taken the trem cavity off, and that's where they put the battery for the.
That's interesting.
But it's the same on a Clapton Strat.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a good install.
Clapton. Yeah, but it stays in. So I was like, do you know what? I'll just leave it off. And to be honest, when I bought it, I was like, do you know what? I bet they put the battery there. I bet they put it there. So I'm gonna have to every time I want to change the battery, which is like, I mean, on the Clapton, the Clapton
unless you're me.
Yeah, unless you. But the Clapton mid boost circuit used to last for a year.
Right.
It's.
I love the color combo of that plate and that color.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. I mean, it's not as heavily relicked as my other guitars and stuff, but it is really well done.
To me, that looks played in. It doesn't look overly abused. It looks played and enjoyed. Looking wise, I think that's my favorite of your guitars.
I like that. I do like that one. Well, I like the clay dots. Now, tell me about the side markers. Are they clay too and hard to see?
That's a good question. No, they're not hard. They're not like the Dale Wilson one where you cannot.
My Telly's like that. It's got the clay dots on the side. You can't see nothing.
They are. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, yeah, see those. Yeah,
you can see them. It's just a really, really well built guitar. So it only turned up a few hours ago, so I haven't really had much of a chance to go through it and stuff. But did initial unboxing video and playing a couple of things. But incredibly light. But anyway, according to most of the comments, a Masterbuilt's not worth it anyway. So
you know what I would do with that guitar?
What would you do with it?
I would take the chicken head knob off.
Yeah,
and I would get an aluminium or metal machined audio knob, like a hi-fi audio knob that matches the chrome cover of that bridge pickup. And this way you got like the 2 plastic caps for the 2 single coils, and then you have the brushed metal cover, and then the knobs would be the same. You'd have the 2 plastic knobs, and then you'd have that like a machine
relic machine metal thing,
metal knob on there.
You have to send me an image of what you mean by that.
It could be anything. It could even look like the plastic ones, but they're made out of metal.
A knurled one would be really good, wouldn't it? Like a nice,
yeah.
There's something about that. I quite like that.
You like the chicken head? All right.
It doesn't offend me. I know you and Phil were quite offended by it, but I'm actually not offended by it.
I'm not offended by it, but it just I was like, what the hell's wrong with that thing down there?
No, I like it. I like it. I like chicken head knobs. I think they're cool.
So anyway, after you and Phil were saying about the knob, I was like looking up on relics, relic Strat knobs, and they're like 40-50 quid for a set of 3 relic knobs.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you know what you could buy, and I found this cool stuff now because everybody wants to soak them in tea and all this crap. Because I used to paint miniatures and stuff, right? That's what got me through my career, like whatever sanity I have left. Anyway, they make stuff called like panel liners or something. It's like a paint with like a little bit of a syringe. It's like watered down paint, and when you put it on like a plastic model, let's say it's a battleship or a plane, it runs all through all the lines and all the seams to make it look like it's relic. And I haven't tried it yet, but I would venture to bet that if you put it up on a plastic knob and you hit it all, it would go in all those little crevices and make it look old and relict.
Or I bet dry brushing would work as well, wouldn't it?
A what?
Dry brushing. You get some acrylic paint, like you get acrylic paint, and you brush nearly all the paint off, and then you just brush it across, and you get the highlight on the.
Yeah, dry brushing is awesome.
My son's he used to be into painting Warhammer. I reckon he's got some.
Yeah,
needs to be acrylic paint though. Won't work with enamel.
I don't know what they use on those Warhammer.
Well, water based.
It's usually acrylic. It's usually acrylic paint. But yeah, try it.
Nice. Yeah. Sounds interesting. Pama Pop, Tom Anderson, Sir James Tyler. They keep necks for 1 month at rest for stress release after carving. Then true them under string tension fixtures and fret as good as it gets. Awesome.
Okay.
Guitar Buddy, hi Rats. Getting to know the tweakability on the AM4. More impressed what it can. Hi Rats. Getting to know the tweakability on the AM4. More impressed what it can do. Best modeler I've ever had, and I've had a few. Yeah, they're great, aren't they? The AM4's awesome.
Really good.
Yeah, really good. Stone Rivers, used your capture of the Bad Cat last night on my Helix Stadium. Sounded great. Thanks, gents. Cheers, Stone Rivers. Awesome. Glad you got something out of it.
You're welcome.
Chaz from Electric Work says, when I hear 8 is clean, I think Roland JC120 or a Schultz. Yes, that's what I think. Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think don't necessarily think vintage Fender tones, but
no, I always think like solid state amp of some sort.
Or I think plug straight into the desk.
Yeah. Rat Revival, thanks guys. How much gain does the lead channel of the Imperial have? Enough for a good crunch tone. I have the Demeter mid boost built into the Tyler as a little bit of extra gain. It has. I mean, it's a Fender drive, so it's got more of that. Yes, it's a crunch tone.
Yeah, you're going to need a pedal. You're going to have a pedal in front of it if you want to get to that. I think. I wouldn't rely solely on what's built in the Tyler and the amp itself.
Yeah. I hope you like it.
Like a Nobles ODR1 would be perfect for that, or a Nobles style pedal would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Imperial's the crunch tone is good. It's good, but it's a Fendery style crunch tone. It's not that. It's got more. It's not tweed. It doesn't sound like a tweed, but it's got some of that in it.
Yes. There we go.
Pet became a YouTube member. Cheers, Pet. Rack Revival Electric Outworks. You're totally right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Pama Pop Paul, you played you played all high-end guitars now. After playing Tom Anderson, Sir Tyler, Nick Huber, what do you think about Masterbuilt Fenders? Overpriced, cost justified. Thanks.
I think he's just answered it by spending some money on one.
I love Masterbuilt Fenders. I love. It's my. You know, I think. Look, I mean, I think we should even be. Look, okay. I've had Tom Anderson, I've had Sirs, I've had Tyler's, I've had Nick Huber's. I've kept. Okay, let's go back to Tom Anderson, Sir, and Tyler. Sold all of them and kept the Friedmans, because the Friedmans, in my opinion, I preferred the Friedmans, and possibly because aesthetically as well, it's more my sort of thing. But I just preferred the more. I felt the okay. Isn't that funny? So you've been Pama Pot's been saying Tom Anderson, Sirs, and Tyler's are not Pleked. Friedman's are Pleked. Best playing guitar out of all of them. Every single Friedman guitar, and Vinnie's got one as well. Vinnie's had a couple. Vinnie will agree or disagree.
No, I agree. The Friedman. If somebody asked me right now, what are some of the best guitars that you can buy from a manufacturer with a very good high ratio that it's going to be a great keeper and a great player? There's three that come to mind immediately. It's the Friedman. It's Novo.
Oh.
I couldn't believe how well they cut the nut and how they're done. The Novos. I mean, you got to be into that tempered pine thing, but
yeah,
but unbelievable. And the Nick Huber. Those three, I know that if I buy one of those, I have a very good successful chance of having a really great guitar in my hands with no BS.
Yeah,
cool.
And hold on a sec. So we didn't answer the question.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, mate. What do I think about Masterbuilt Fenders? I grew up. I remember the first album cover that I looked at that my mum and dad had. It was actually a John Lennon album. I opened up this double album sleeve, and there was a picture of this candy apple red Fender Strat with I think it had a candy apple red headstock as well. And I thought that was the best thing that I've ever seen in my life. So my brain is probably wired into vintage Fender. That's what I like.
I think the other thing that, and you would agree to this, is overpriced or just is the cost justified? Overpriced, new,
without doubt, just
without doubt.
You can't. You can't justify it. I mean, 11 grand for a Fender Masterbuilt now is a crazy amount of money. They don't hold their value. So secondhand, go and get a secondhand one. It'll hold its value. Exactly. It'll hold its value more than a Tom Anderson, a Tyler, a Nick Huber,
and will probably overall go up in value.
In the end, it will probably go up in value.
Yeah.
I've never sold a Fender Masterbuilt for less. I've never sold a Fender Custom Shop for less than I paid for it. Stone Rivers. Question for Paul. Your playing is tasteful and interesting on the listeners. Oh, thanks, mate. Do you have a firm grasp on theory? Do you think notes and intervals when you play, or ingrained shapes and scales? Oh, that's really interesting.
He plays the same 6 licks in any key. We all know that because we all do it.
Do I have a firm grasp on theory? I do have a firm grasp on theory. Do you think notes and intervals? I don't see. No, I don't think. Being a songwriter as my last job and producer, I think of melody. So I don't think of this note, that note. I think of a melody, or I hope I try to think of a melody as opposed to getting bogged down with scales and intervals and stuff. But thank you for the compliment. I don't necessarily agree, but I appreciate it. Lemon Lust, do you think there's a growing disconnect between younger and older guitar players, not just in technique, but in what they even value about guitar playing? Yeah, that's a good question.
I think it's true, but I think if you looked back 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, the same is true. The thing that I was never a punk kid. I never got the whole punk thing. But if you look, punk of old Got to be careful where that camera's going. Punk became, some would argue, punk became grunge, became, guitar styles and things move through. I think it's always been a thing that guitarists will always think that the younger generation don't really get it. And that their style of music is not the same. That's not just guitar players. I think that's musicians. I think that's anyone who listens to music. The younger generation don't get it.
Well, the good thing is that, well, I don't want to say a good thing, but the thing we have to think about is the electric guitar hasn't been around for a very long time, right? If you really think about it.
Yeah.
And so the kids of today take things for granted, and they're able to learn things a lot faster than we are, because when we were kids, unless you knew somebody in your neighborhood that played better than you that could show you some licks, you had to wait for a guitar magazine to come out with hoping they had some song in there transcribed or whatever that you liked. And 9 times out of 10 for me, that wasn't happening. I think one time a King Diamond song was in one of the issues.
There it is.
But yeah, so unless you had money to go to guitar lessons, you weren't learning anything. You're stuck at a stalemate. And now these kids have like the entire internet in the palm of their hand. And not only that, they can just go on there and watch any one of their guitar gods. There's live footage to watch them play. I remember going to see King Diamond, and I keep bringing it up, King Diamond, for the first time back in 2000 in Florida, because they never played Florida shows. And I watched Andy LaRock and his vibrato technique, and I was blown away, because I was under the assumption that his vibrato would be really, really fast because of how fast the music was. And if you watch him play, he's very controlled and very laid back, and his vibrato is really like calm and smooth. And I was floored watching that. And because there was nothing online that exists of him actually playing. Now there's all kinds of footage and everything to this date, but back then, no. So I think it's just easier for these kids, and I think they take it for granted, and within a couple of years they could run circles around our timeline, of how we progressed, at least for me anyway.
Yeah, I think we also used our ears.
Yes.
But we had to learn, by listening to something, and then, back in the day on a record player, and out the needle and dropping it back. So I think there's probably a skill that I think they've got other skills. It always goes forward. If you listen back to, back in the 70s and, early 70s, and you probably thought Jimi Hendrix was the greatest guitar player that ever lived. And at the time he was, and he's still amazing. There's no denying that. He's, revolutionary. But technically, compared to Guthrie Govan,
yes,
or let's go like younger players, Matteo Sato,
or even Chris Buck,
Chris Buck, amazing. So technique wise, I mean, Chris Buck's probably, he's more of a feel. He's just got the best sound, best tone, best feel. But technique compared to someone like Matteo Sato, it's not even close.
Yeah, it all progresses. That's the thing. I think people forget that it all does move forward.
Yeah.
It's just that old whatevers like us don't necessarily. I mean, no matter what you feel about the style of music, if they're playing it, the sort of stuff that Polyphia put out, Polyphilla, if we're taking the mickey, it's not our bag of chips. Musically, it might be incredible. Technically, it might be incredibly difficult to do, but I couldn't listen to it for more than about 3.5 beats.
No, me too. But that's not to say that some people can't, and people's who've grown up with that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all about, the thing is, you can listen to Dave Gilmour. Dave Gilmour is not a technical player at all, and he just plays the right notes. And I wouldn't even say Dave Gilmour's got perfect technique. It's just he just uses the right notes, and he's got great feel and great tone.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, 3 notes is better than 300 notes.
Amen to that, brother.
Stone Rivers, Vinnie, watching your vids this week, is Satriani a big influence on you? Also to you, is theory important to your playing? Understanding the notes you play or shapes ingrained, etc.
Okay. Good observation. Joe Satriani was probably one of my biggest influences. I've seen him countless times live. For instrumental rock, it was Joe Satriani. For a band that had singing in it, which was very far and few between, was King Diamond and Dave Murray from Iron Maiden. Those were my 3 main influences. And then Alan Holdsworth popped in later. I will tell you that I don't know anything about theory. I can't tell you what the hell I'm playing. And I just have, if I hear a backing track or something, I hear a melody in my head that just comes in. And the only way I can explain how I play is improv. And the way I explain that improv is it's like somebody that does like whatever they call that free form rapping or free flow rapping or whatever they like at a moment's notice. I can't tell you what note I'm going to until I'm there. And that's how I play. And good, bad, or indifferent, that's just the way it is. And it's kind of embarrassing for me because I never really learned anything. I never went really for lessons. I've had a couple of lessons here or there, but could never stick with it. I never wanted to learn basic things because I wanted to rock, you know what I mean? And even if I try to sit down and learn something, I guess I have attention deficit because I'm like, okay, this is great. Mary Had a Little Lamb. I want to play, Run to the Hills. So the hell with this. And of course, to my detriment, I wish that I had an equal footing in the theory department because I do think it's important. It's pretty much like being able to speak a language, but you don't know how to write the language. And
that's really interesting. So do you know all your scale shapes?
No.
Would you know any scale shapes?
Probably a couple, like a basic scale, major scale, and a pentatonic minor scale is pretty much what it is. But I venture, if you notice, I venture outside those patterns by going elsewhere on the neck that I know where those sounds are. But I couldn't tell you what mode it is or any of that other stuff. And it kind of sucks because when you're around musicians who are talking all this, for me, it's like watching the Spanish channel. I have no idea what anybody's talking about. And I do have a hang up with it. I'm a very open book. These guys know me. I don't lie or BS anything. I have like I don't want to say anxiety, but it's almost an embarrassment that I don't know what the hell I'm playing. It kind of sucks. But that's because I had a full-time career that took up a lot of hours of my life for almost 30 years. And that noodling and me just playing to songs, like Paul was saying, rewinding stuff, listening and trying to play to it, is what got me through my career. That was my USA. But I do regret not having any formal training.
I think Nuno's the same. I think that's how Nuno. I think Nuno is pretty much.
I'm sure I've heard him say, "I've got no idea what I'm playing. It just comes out."
Yeah, and that might just be him being, so everyone goes, "Oh, I mean, it's Nuno's just."
Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, if somebody says it's in A minor or B minor, or C or whatever, I can fiddle my way around. But other than that, I just see patterns on the fretboard and I just go for it. So most of the stuff you see in my videos is a one take. And unless there's a really bad mess up or like the dog comes in here and jumps in front of the camera, or I have woodpeckers that attack the window in the studio, and I start screaming and cursing at them, you know what I mean?
Surely that'll make them glass peckers.
Then I'll redo. I'll do a whole nother improv take, but I have nothing planned. It's all just off the cuff.
Great. No, that always sounds good.
I appreciate it.
The Satch thing is very, very obvious in your playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guy's fantastic. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but the guy creates songs using melody that you can hum.
Yeah,
like almost like a singer singing, right? So I think that's a talent all in itself to do that.
Yeah, and Coldplay would know that as well. So.
Should we do the news?
Yeah, let's do the news. Hold on. You're already live, yeah?
Say when.
No, well, when?
There we go.
Empress Effects drive, analog drive with a VU meter. This is pretty cool. Let me find the. Here we go.
Oh, look at that!
I love the VU meter.
Yeah, that looks good.
I want that.
Absolutely pointless,
I don't care. I still want it.
Yeah,
Does
I
it
want
light
it.
up? It has to light up.
Yeah, I imagine that lights up. The interesting thing, it's got like it says light, crunch, and distortion. That is interesting, isn't it? The way that.
Oh, I love that.
You know,
I wonder if you turn the gain up, the needle goes up into that area and probably just bounces from there.
Yeah, I reckon it. Yes, you're probably right. Actually,
that's cool though.
Yeah, it is really cool.
I bet it's lots of money.
Let's have a look. It says advanced configuration options. It says VU meter color, so you can change. Yeah, you can change red
I
VU.
want that so much.
Boost. Oh, so you can boost pre the overdrive. Oh, this is great. So it's got. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get one of these. How much are these?
We're such dorks.
300 quid.
300 euros. Yeah.
That's expensive.
It's a bit for a drive pedal, but that's quite cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I don't know anyone from Empress anyway. So there's that another pedal that's come out. Let's have a look. Where am I? This is an absolute abomination. This is the Fender
Godzilla.
So
do you know?
Go on.
Do you know the thing that annoyed me most when the email came through?
Yeah.
If you clicked on it, I'd just see it, and then it would go huge again, and then it would go small again. Then it would go huge again. I'm like, just stop faffing with the plumbing GIF on the image. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I work for Fender and I was on some board of directors, and a guy comes in with this push for this product, right?
Yeah.
The first thing I say to him is this: why do you put those knobs on there? What can't you put some clear knobs on there so that you can see the graphic quite better?
Yeah. That would be so
instantly. That's the first thing I saw when I'm looking. I'm like, where the hell is Godzilla in there? And then I see it, and I'm like, that's just not a good choice of knobs.
Yeah, it's stupid. So I don't know. Is there a new Godzilla movie out or something? Is that why? I
think so. But then again, how would we? Yeah,
they must have to pay for the rights for that, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah. I imagine it's a collab, but between them. But I think it's just for the Japanese market, maybe. What's this? Oh yeah, so this came out. So I've got one of these coming. So I'm reviewing this next month. They wanted to space out the reviews on this. This looks brilliant. So this is the new Black Star. It's obviously like a little Bluetooth speaker, but it's also a plug-in guitar amp. It sounds brilliant.
I'm interested why they call it a beam, because beam is used by Sonos.
Yeah, so it's got the beam that's across there. You can just see the light that goes across. Let me do it. Across there. So that's the beam. So it does different things. So it sort of shows you where you are on, as opposed to having a knob and going from 1 to 10. The beam sort of reacts in that sort of way. It can also do other things as well. But 169 euro. And the reviews that I've heard of it, it sounds brilliant. And I think as well, it can do something like the JBL. I don't know
if that's the hand strap. It's tiny.
Yeah. It's not very big at all. But it honestly sounded. I was really impressed with the sound.
Wow,
of it.
Cool.
And a couple more things. So Jared James Nichols, awesome guitar player, has now moved away. Talking about Black Star, moved away from Black Star and joined Marshall. And I think people are asking why. Why when he's been playing Black Stars for 15 years, and why has he moved to Marshall? I think it's
money.
Yeah, it's money.
Yeah,
it's money and it's prestige as well. I mean, no offense to Black Star. Black Star make fantastic products, but Marshall have the edge on brand, don't they? It's the iconic brand.
It's the brand. If you're a rock guy or a rock or metal guy, that's who you want to be with.
And also, I think Jared James Nichols, he's a Gibson guy, and he's Gibson Mark. It's a perfect combo.
Yeah. And everybody forgets these guys got mortgages, they have bills to pay, they got children, and if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you want to come work for this company?
It's not that. I mean, with Jared James Nichols, he's got to keep himself in protein powder as well, hasn't he?
But the thing is, if you in business, if someone offered you a better deal to join another company, nobody would even question it. If you jumped ship from one job for a company that earned you 10 grand to a company that owned you 15 grand, nobody would even break a sweat.
But you know what I think it is? Here's the difference. Like people that he's an amazing player. We saw him at NAMM, right? He was really he was killing it. But we watched him play with Victor Wooten. He was really good. If people really like him and he's like an idol, let's say, and they go out and buy the amplifier, and then they're like, yeah, man, I got his amplifier. So cool. And then 5 minutes later, he leaves the company. You're like, wait a minute, bro. Like, what? I just bought this, you know? I think it's almost like a team spirit kind of thing is how I look at it. Like you guys follow football, so I don't know who I don't know, let's say Beckham, because I don't know anybody that plays that game. So anyway, so like you buy his shirt, and now he leaves that team and goes to another team. You're like, dude, what the hell? I just spent $300 on this jersey, and you just left the team. So I think that's why people get upset about it. That's my theory on it. Could be wrong, but that's me.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think it's the argument is more if he was with Marshall and then went to Black Star, you'd go, okay, you're selling out. But he's actually going for a more iconic brand, isn't he? You know, no offense to Black Star. Black Star make great products, but
yeah. It would be like the same thing if he was like, he was sponsoring a Ford Mustang, you know what I mean? And then somebody came in from like Lamborghini or something and was just like, here, we want you to endorse this car. Yeah, you're definitely going to do that. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, absolutely. Who wouldn't want to deal with Marshall? And lastly, so this came out last week. I don't know when it came out last week. And so I've got one. I've got a review coming out on Monday on this. I'm not a Fuzz guy. This pedal is absolutely amazing. So
the Triptychon.
Yeah, the Triptychon. Yeah, I still don't know how to pronounce it. Triptychon? Triptychon?
Triptychon.
Anyway, so basically it's 3 pedals in one. Right, this side of the pedal here. So this bit here.
Yeah.
This is the drive section, and if you buy the little satellite speaker, the little satellite control, which is this thing here, basically you can turn that on and off. So this is one of the best drives that I've ever heard, because the idea is, a fuzz running into a slightly driven amp, and that's exactly, and this drive is absolutely fantastic. And then you've got the fuzz, you've got 4 different fuzzes, and then you've got a boost circuit, or you can switch it over to do the octave effects.
That's pretty cool.
It's really good.
So the guy's trying to chase that Gilmore tone instead of having a bunch of pedals on your board. It's right there.
Yeah. It's all there, and it sounds brilliant. It's really good. It's like it's the best fuzz that I've ever played.
Wow, cool.
And and when it turned up, I was like, oh no, I've got to do a fuzz.
Oh, another fuzz.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Cool.
I'm out.
Sweet. Let's go. Here we go.
Blind Man Gary, is the Vega Trem more streamlined than a Floyd Rose, or does it stick out about the same amount? I can't get used to a Floyd Rose. I've had it for years. No, definitely, it's way more streamlined.
Big time.
Yeah, big time. The Sonolab NAMP, Richard said the Sonolab NAMP player looks a choice. Yes, it's all right. The effects in it, I think, could do with a bit of work, but yes, it's good. Yes.
Cool.
Pama Pop. Sirs are a bit inferior than Tom Andertons. They pumped up production numbers too much. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're all good. They're all good guitars. All good.
I mean, there's a good video on Tom Anderson talking about some of the rejects that they have, like when they're building something and they'll retest the neck, and they have a whole pile of stuff that not a whole pile, but they have a whole shelf of stuff that they'll just discard, because even their wood twists, it's wood. It's not perfect. So they have their issues too that they discard. I'm sure all the manufacturers do.
Yeah. Divided by Time Studios. I have an Ultra One telly. I tried a set of twisted tellies with a Lola wiring kit. Those pickups are darker than I wanted. Put the noises back in. Picked up a set of 51 no-caster pickups. Am I wasting? I think ask yourself, why have you changed the pickups? I do think if you don't like the sound of a guitar, turn down the volume of the guitar. Do you like the sound of the guitar? Does it ring? Has it got like a really sort of pleasing tone? turn up the guitar. You know, that's when you know it's a good guitar. Personally,
I agree.
turn up the volume. Do you like the pickups? That's when you can change the pickups. Go back and have a listen to the guitar. See if you actually really like the sound of that guitar. Maybe compare it to something else.
I think the Ultra, if I'm not mistaken, that's a poly body on that Ultra, right? So
Yeah.
it's probably stifling the resonance of that guitar. One, the Twisted Telly pickups are very close to more Stratty sounding pickups, not Telly pickups. So if you're looking for that Telly twang, you're barking up the wrong tree with the Twisted Tellys. And 51 no-casters, I'm not really too sure because I had one of those in my Telly. I didn't like it, but I would suggest if you're going to try changing again, I would I would contact Lawler and see what they tell you. For you wanted brighter or the sound you're going for. They're very cool over there. But like Paul's saying, you might be barking up the wrong tree. You might have dead wood there, and you can't fix that. The guitar will always be inherently like that.
We're going to start an argument with tone wood in a minute, aren't we?
I had a Fender. What's the guy from? Not Limp Bizkit, the Fender, Jim Root. What band's he playing?
Slipknot.
I had one of his guitars, not his personal one. I had one of those models, and no matter what I did to that guitar, what pickups I put in it, it was like playing a cinder block. That guitar it's just that specific guitar was dead wood to me, and I just got rid of it. I got tired of changing pickups out of it. I just cut bait with it.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's funny how certain guitars just. But I'm still quite confused that he had an Ultra Telly which had noiseless pickups in it, then put some Twisted Tellys with a lot of wiring kit, and he made it, and it sounded darker.
Well, the Twisted Telly's more closer to a Strat setup. They're darker pickups. The Twisted Telly. I would
always say a Strat is brighter than a Telly. Would you not say a Strat is?
Yeah, but I think those pickups in the realm of Telly pickups, they're darker.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, because my Telly's super dark. It's got the twisted set in there.
And you like it? Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah. So is he wasting his time divided by time?
We can't really answer that. I mean, if you're willing to continue to keep trying, then it's not a waste of time. I mean, you want to get it right. You want to be able to play the guitar. If you're one of those people who have multiple guitars and you don't mind selling that and cutting bait and trying something else, go that route. I would suggest get yourself sell that thing and get yourself a Fender custom shop. Telly, buy one secondhand.
I'd do that. I'd definitely consider doing that, but I'd also possibly take that guitar down to a music shop and then go and try some Tellys and compare it to yours. Again, that bit.
Also, I don't know, is that Ultra one the one with the six saddle bridge, not the Telly bridge? Because
it's an Ultra, it'll have a 6-saddle bridge, I would have thought.
And you know what, man? Divided, that might be one of your stumbling blocks there. Because I just built a Telly, it's got the 6-saddle, and it plays more like a rock machine than the Fender brightness and the twang. Maybe if you could change the bridge out to a compensated 3-saddle brass proper bridge, I think you might find what you're looking for. It might be de-telifying your Telecaster is what I'm saying. Yeah, because I've done it. I've put both types of bridges on the same guitar, and when you take those vintage barreled saddles away and you do the 6 Strat things, it changes the dynamic. It's almost like you're playing a hardtail Strat.
Yeah, I agree completely. Get some vintage brass saddles. It is by the way those 6 saddles.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, Telly should be a Telly. You know what I mean?
Well, shh! Don't tell my Telly that. I just made one. It's got six saddles on it, man.
Rat Revival. Do you guys have an experience with the Synergy 2CP comparable to a Mezza Studio Pre? Is that good for the Dan Huff Landau thing? Yes, I've got a 2C. Actually, James has nicked my 2CP Synergy. Hi. Yes, the only thing. Is it good for the Dan Huff Landau thing? I thought the Dan Huff Landau thing. Yeah, I mean, you can get all those sorts of stuff. It's good. You get a lot of gain out of it. Got way more gain than I expected. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Cool. Yes, comparable to a. Well, it's you've got the switchable. you can switch out. I'm trying to remember. You can switch in the EQ to either be on either both channels or individual channels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin, Delaney Super Club 12 is actually 15 watts. 12 refers to the speaker size. Nice.
It's even got more power to it.
Yeah, that's 15 watts of loud amp.
Yeah.
Jim, surely to give an unbiased independent reviews, you should not have relationships with the companies that build the items. Just buy them.
Well, that's what I do, and I go broke. Right. So, you know, all the stuff that you see on my videos, no one sent any of that to me, but it's going to get to a point where it's not cost effective for me to do the channel anymore.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, sure, in an ideal world, Jim, you're probably right, but
in an ideal world, we'd do 10 million views a video and we wouldn't have to worry about it, but we don't.
You would not believe. Also, Jim, you would not believe the amount of stuff that comes in that gets sent back. And sometimes it comes back, and sometimes I say I can't review this, and then it goes back and it gets fixed, and then it comes back. And you know, there is loads of stuff that comes into the studio that I just go, I'm not even going to review that.
I just watched a guy quit YouTube a couple weeks ago. He's got I forgot his name. He's got like 10,000 subscribers, which I wish I had. And he's been doing it for quite some time. And he buys all this stuff himself. Nobody sends him anything. And he said, I can't do this anymore. It's not cost effective. He's like, you know, I can't keep buying stuff to review. He's like, it's not working out because the used market is so bad. So he's done.
And actually, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You buy, say, Paul and I both bought stuff back in the day to do videos. The company see you doing a video of their product, and they then reach out to you and say, would you like to do some more videos on our products? And of course you say yes. Absolutely. So what are you going to do? Say, no, sorry, I must maintain my impartiality. The one thing that I know Paul and I are very strict on, and I suspect Vinnie is the same, is that you call a turd a turd.
Absolutely.
If there's no such thing as a perfect product, it doesn't exist. There are good products, there are very, very good products, and there are average.
Nick Hoover makes a perfect product.
And the first one you paid for, I believe, and that one you exactly.
Yeah, and I didn't. Yes, and I had issues. I didn't like the. I didn't like the
exactly.
Yeah.
So you potentially not ruined a relationship, but certainly put a strain on a relationship with a brand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I genuinely think you can be unbiased just because you're getting paid. And actually, most of the brands we work for demand that. They say, look, you know, sometimes they'll say, perhaps we would like to see the video before it goes live, which often I will totally agree to, but that's only to watch it and fact check. If they don't like my opinion, tough doo-doo. It's my opinion.
Most companies now like a balanced review.
Yeah.
And you can tell the YouTubers that are reviewing stuff they don't really like, or they're not being 100% honest. But I think most YouTubers,
I'm a terrible actor.
Yeah.
If I don't like something, you'd know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I did the Fender review and I reviewed all the things that weren't working on it and what I think is going to break on it and everything else, you know, and the whole point was like, who's this amp for? And then you got the people that just jump in there and they got to tell you, well, it's lighter. I have a bad back. Yeah, I know. We all have bad backs. You get to a certain age and you wind up damaging your back. Mine's all screwed up from car crashes and everything on duty and everything else. And I have a bad back too, but I'm not going to buy the amp just because it's light and it sounds like crap or the parts are going to fall off of it or whatever. I mean, come on, man. Like I'm so tired of guitar players with the garbage. Oh, it's like I have a bad back. Really? Okay. So think of all the old people that play golf. Think about this for a second. I was thinking about this because I'm always trying to be one step ahead. All the old people that play golf all have bad backs and other ailments, but they don't buy ultra light golf clubs made out of pine. They're still lugging all that crap around. So if all those old people can lug all that crap around, you can lug an amp or put it on a little dolly and roll your bad back and ass into the club and put your amp up. Shut up about the bad back crap. The
Or
guitar's got to
it's
weigh
really-
3 pounds, 3.6 pounds, and no further because my back's bad. Well, then pick a new instrument. Play the flute. I don't know what the hell to tell you.
Or if it's really bad, play the house amp and see how much you enjoy that.
See, I just get tired. I just get tired of seeing that. And like I'm stupid and I don't know people have a bad back. I'm 51 years old. I think I know. I figured it out. Thanks. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. My apologies.
It's all good.
Now back to regularly scheduled program. Go ahead.
So 3, 2, 1.
Willie.
Willie.
Well, no, he's not Steve. So it's not Willie. I'm not Steve Cassidy. Well done, Willie. Good work. Shahar Boy says, "Where's the loud guy? He's doing his.
He's got a job.
He's doing his librarian stuff.
He's sat in a library going.
Yes, that's what he's doing. He's just going around to everyone, just like doing.
Going.
Every time he says librarian, I think of that skit from was it UHF, where it's Conan the librarian, and a guy comes up for a book and he says, "Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?" And he like chops the dude in half.
all that bit in Ghostbusters where they turn to the ghost and go, "Shh," and then the ghost comes up and. Oh dear.
Not wrong, Jim, but don't call them Shirley. I think it's don't call me Shirley. Nice.
Don't call me Shirley. Yeah.
I know a few audio knobs.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. I was waiting for that one to come out.
Glenn, were you guys involved with Richard Kaplan? Who's Richard Kaplan?
I'm going to go with no then.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is, I'm afraid, Glenn. Bama Bot. Paul, how do you record your amps now? Isolated cab, 2 notes IR. So I've got a Grossman ISO cab, which is that big white fridgy looking thing. I've got there's 2 microphones in there. I've got a 4x12, which has got a microphone on it. I've got a load box. It all depends. It all depends on what what's required.
On which neighbours you're trying to offend that day.
Exactly. Yeah. It all depends on what's required. I mean, sometimes if it's an amp that I feel needs to be turned up, sometimes that would go into a load box. If it's too loud for the ISO cab. But most of the time, I mean, I'm really into the Line 6 Helix Stadium at the moment. I think that is absolutely brilliant. Every time, really enjoying that at the moment. And I've got an XFX which is also great. Jabba, by the way, got the PolyFX Kanzo, great fuzz pedal. Not for you, Paul. It has multiple function knob. You can press it, turn it, etc. They call it a fnob. Pronounced fnob. I assume F-knob. Nice. Not for you, though, Paul. Not for me. David Tyndall, hello, mate. He said, "Did anybody else hear Vinnie hear these kids, and then hear him say, 'Uphill both ways, 6 miles in the snow'? VK Vinnie, I am 49."
I didn't hear that, but I'll deny everything.
Richard, I think with the lack of rock stars nowadays, the youngsters are listening to stuff their parents listen to. I see a lot of kids in the shop with AC/DC Guns N' Roses t-shirts. Yeah, I mean, my son likes. Well, no, one of his favorite. I mean, there's loads of great bands that he likes, but he loves Dire Straits.
But there'll come a time where he will rebel against what you listen to.
Nah,
my kids listen to what I listen to because they have no choice in the van. But most they like rock music and they like stuff. Jake's just starting to get into stuff that I don't like, which is like rap and stuff. And I'm like, oh God, do I have to listen to this rubbish?
Yeah,
my daughter wears a lot of those shirts, but she's never heard of any of them. So I'll say, like, she'll pull a Willie. I'll be like, "Hey, oh, that's a cool AC/DC shirt, Liz. Where'd you get that?" She's like, "Oh, I bought it wherever." I'm like, "Oh, it's cool. You like them?" "Oh, I don't know. I never heard them."
I was wondering what pulling a Willie was.
Willie's like, "Oh yeah, AC/DC. I hate them. Never heard of them." You know what I mean? Like, that's what she does. She's got like a Kiss one, Rolling Stones. She's got all this stuff, but she doesn't even know what they are.
I'm just looking at Richard Kaplan. He's a Jewish mystical songs. I don't know.
Okay. No, nothing to do with us. Definitely not.
That's it. I'm not Steve Cassidy says I cannot go Chris Bucket. Oh, Chris Bucket, brilliant. He's such a great guitar. He's one of the greatest guitar players of our generation.
He's not of our generation, mate.
He's only a bit younger than us.
I know.
Chubby Splash, that's a good name. What's your thoughts on the Magnetone Starlight? I've seen one at a decent price.
I had one.
It's good. Did you? Oh, there you go, Vinnie.
Yeah. That's the 1.8 one, right? The Starlight. I hope that's the right one. Or the little. Anyway, I had that and a 212 matching cabinet, and even though it sounded really good, it was a good pedal platform. What I did not like about the one that I had, if it's the same model, is that their controls are on a 45-degree angle or some kind of angle on the back of the amp, and it drives me bonkers because I want to see what the hell I'm turning. I feel like I'm working on plumbing under the sink, and I'm trying to turn something, and I can't see what the hell's happening. So,
for aesthetic's sake, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know if that was vintage, like back in the day where they're standing behind the amp and they could see the controls and stuff. But nowadays, it's if you got it in the house and you got it up against a wall, you know, it was almost to the point where I wanted to put a freaking mirror behind it so I could actually see what the controls were doing. So I don't know. Pick your poison, but it is good sounding amplifier. And I wish I could have got like a 112 version of one of theirs. So
nice.
Stone Rivers off to Royal Albert Hall tomorrow to see Joe Bonamassa. Curious to hear what £500,000 worth of rigs is going to sound like live. What a player, Tone for days. Yeah, he's great. He's awesome.
Yep. Do make sure you buy some flip flops.
Yeah, yes, and a bobblehead. I'm not Steve Cassidy. Modes are overrated. It's all the major scale anyway. Agreed.
Yeah, it's the major scale started on a different degree of the scale.
Or just played over a different chord. I think you can look at it that way.
Yeah.
Stone Rivers, there's a QC in the back. Have a good gig. There's yes.
Wouldn't that be great?
Fishing. Next one. Richard, he said, I hear you, Vinnie. I work with two guys you constantly chat theory. I know nothing, lol. Ali, Vinnie, exactly the same here. Reference theory and how I play, but more of an Adrian influenced Stranger solo. Bang.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hollywood, someone said to me, buy used, as when you come to sell it, if you lose a tiny bit of money, think of it as renting. If you break even, then good. If you make money, then great, however you can. I completely agree. That's how I look at it. Is, you know, just if you buy used, you never, you know, buy sensible, you're never going to lose money. Afford new and don't care if you lose money on a resell, and then don't worry. Yes, you could look at it like that. But the amount of guitars that come and go from this studio, I couldn't afford to live like that.
Yeah, and take the hit would be ridiculous.
Be crazy, yeah. Chubby, love you, Vinny. Honestly, who cares if you don't know theory? You sound brilliant. Agreed.
No, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Ali, Rats, anyone hitting the cheese and grain in Froome to see Eric Johnson? Oh, nice.
I'd love to, but no, I can't get away.
When is that? Froome's not horrendously far from me.
No, it's not horrifically far. It's a really long way from me.
Is that the name of the joint?
No, Froome is where TPS are based.
Yeah, so Froome is the town. It's the town. The cheese and grain is the joint.
Wow. All right. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not a big venue either.
I imagine what he's doing, he's going over there to do a TPS and then.
Yeah, and they've gone, well, let's do a gig at the same time.
Yeah.
That's quite a coup for those boys.
Packed. Rat Revival, do you guys have any intel on the next Synergy tri-tube pedal inline Soldano maybe? I have not been told, and I mean I do work for Synergy, but
even if they told us, we've all signed NDA, so we couldn't say anyway.
But I haven't heard of anything, but we couldn't tell you if we had. Hollywood, parts were wrong and impossible to play. That's when you see Nuno play it. It's more straightforward than the wrong tab. Yeah, it's awesome.
I went to Generation X when it was touring several years ago. Took the wife. She'd never been to a rock concert, so that was fun. But it was Zach Wilde, Steve Vai, Melmsteen, Tosin Obasi, and what's his face from Extreme there?
Nuno.
Nuno. And I have to say, if I had to give an MVP award for the night, It was Nuno.
Yeah, Nuno's.
We went. I took my wife to see Steve Vai, and I mean it was only because we were away, and I really wanted to go. And she said, "I'll come. You have to go on your own." And we lasted about 20 minutes. She said, "I liked the first guy, who was Joe Satriani. Didn't like the second guy, who was Steve Vai."
Joe Satriani is a bit more easy listening, and I mean that not as in it's easy listening, but his melody.
Easier.
It's straightforward, not where Vi's very eclectic kind of thing going down.
Yeah, and it's no. Sometimes I would say it's notes for notes' sake. I love Steve Vai, but I get why other people would go, "Yeah, what a racket."
Stone Rivers, Vinnie, thanks for your honesty. That's exactly why I'm now and how I learned. I'm really going to get theory nailed, as I feel embarrassed around knowledgeable musicians. I'm a field player, ATM. I still think that's, if you play the right stuff, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
It seems to be the consensus here. I mean, everybody, we're all kind of in the same boat, I guess. A lot of us.
We're not judging.
Richard said the Blackstar Beam Mini is amazing. We had a unit a month ago to give feedback. Get one from us, lol. There. So yes, you can get one from Bonner's Music in Eastbourne, but no, Blackstar are sending me one. Keith, my friends and I, like you, Vinny, we just grip it and rip it. May say it's the right note is just a whole half step away. Absolutely.
It's true.
Yep. And if you play a wrong note, play it again to make people think you meant it.
Yeah, with conviction, yeah. Hollywood actress, Blackstar are great, but if you get an opportunity to earn more money and play your heroes anthem, why not? Remember, you've got to make a living and get you to retirement. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Deja YouTube. Did I get that right? Yes.
Yeah.
The Godzilla X Kong Supernova movie is set for release.
That makes sense. Okay.
God knows that Fender is on. Okay.
Cool. Good to know.
There's only one film I'm going to see this month.
Mendel says, I've listened to Jared on the No Cover Charge podcast. Someone lent him a 68 Plexi, and when he plugged in, it all suddenly made sense.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. But he has just joined Marshall. Yeah. It's, if he's going to, I believe he's saying the right thing, but he's going to say that. But I do, yeah. I mean, what would you rather play, Blackstar or Marshall?
It's a no-brainer. Sorry, Blackstar.
Keith White, my friends and I have a saying: the right note is either a whole or half step away. You're not alone, Vinny.
It's a half step away every time. Up or down, don't matter.
Stone Rivers, I had a chance to jam with Jared James, but clammed up. But I did play his 52 gold top. Oh, nice. It's like trying to play a longbow. Wow. Deja left a big black hole in their marketing push, that's for sure. Not surprised that Marshall poached him. Killer player. He's a killer player. Yeah, he's really just great. Great tone. Massive dude as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bill Plum, imagine a highway with 32 lanes, 32 bits at 48 kilohertz. 2/3 of light speed, with each lane getting wider as volume increases, floating point. That's what you get with Boss GX and GT1000 MD and OD200. Nice.
Okay, yeah.
I need a chorus pedal. Any recommendations?
The only chorus pedal you're ever going to need is the TC Gold chorus.
I just bought it under your guys' recommendations. It's on my list.
What do you think of it?
It was $80-something, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's a really good chorus that when you step on it, I don't hear a volume jump and I don't hear a volume degrading in the signal. So, because a lot of them do that, and this one, it doesn't seem like it's killing the tone out. So, I give it a thumbs up too, and it's like one of the cheaper ones out there.
And it is really good, and it's got some heritage as well.
Yeah. And Paul and I did a video against the real one.
Yeah.
And it's exceptional. That's one of those videos where
this way.
That's one of those videos where I bought the pedal and then I borrowed the real one, and we went it was a video. It wasn't a TC endorsed or Behringer endorsed video. We just did it because I wanted the pedal.
And then I tried yours and then went straight out and bought one.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I was just in the same mode. What was it? A couple months ago when you guys suggested me?
Yeah,
I grabbed
yeah.
one of these.
Yeah.
Great
really
pedal. And I like that I can adjust the amount of intensity of the chorus so that I can keep it low in the mix so it's not like drowning everything out.
Really good. Yeah. Sounds like a good rack chorus. Really good.
Yeah.
Hollywood, great advice on turning down the volume to hear the guitar. Also, you could take your guitar to your closest guitar store and compare it against other Tellys of all price ranges.
Yeah, indeed.
The neck pickup and twisted telly are like a Strat, but not the bridge.
That's true. He's correct in that.
Okay.
With all the hacking up of the Ultra telly, you would get more money selling it and buying a different used telly.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah. I will take those twisted telly pickups if you don't want them. On they go. Jim, I also have a custom shop 5051 pickups. They're generally darker than the twisted tellies, more blackguard like, rounded highs, different wire. Nice.
So that's what actually is in my custom shop is a old hand wound custom blackguard bridge and a twisted telly neck is what's in my configuration. But yeah, it is dark sounding.
Ben, I agree. People are wimps like total softies. It's ridiculous. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, do we? There we go.
Yeah, we do.
But I tend to do it though.
We love it.
Comment of the show, Vinnie, pick up a flute. True.
Do you know what? The number of times as a kid when I was loading a drum kit in for a concert or a gig or a performance or whatever, the number of times I bet you wish you played the piccolo.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I don't wish I played the piccolo. I'm a drummer. And as an 8, 9, 10-year-old drummer, I'd want to turn around and say something with 4-letter words in.
Yeah.
I was far more restrained than that.
I worked with a guy, was his own partner of mine, and he was over 7 feet tall.
Wow.
Did you play basketball?
I forgot what it was. And no matter where we went, all day long is, wow, you're really tall. How tall are you? And it was all the time, all the day. And he was getting fed up, like over the years, like 20 years later, he's just like, I've about had it. If one more person asks me, tells me I'm really tall, like I don't know. Right. So I said, you know what you should do, bro? I said, when somebody asks you how tall you are, tell them in centimeters. Because here in the States, we have no idea what the hell that is. Right. I was like, tell them in centimeters. So we figured out what it was in centimeters, and it would just leave people there with their mouth open, like lost. And I said, just walk away. Awesome. And he started doing that. It was fantastic. It was awesome. And he didn't have to curse anybody out, James.
Love it.
Alec Gisfaro says, anyway, back to the serious important stuff. Have you inquired about playing at NAMM yet? No, we won't do that.
No, it won't. It doesn't come around till much nearer now. The shout goes out. I think we should do it. I think we should. Okay. If you'd like to hear the Studio Rats and Friends at NAMM, put a big I do.
Oh dear God.
Ace Medine, any tips for setting a delay for a lead tone, time feedback, etc.? What is your go-to? 400 milliseconds.
400 milliseconds.
It never changes. If
not too much.
I could close if I could not hear a delay, and if I could see it did 400 milliseconds, I would choose 400 milliseconds. I reckon I could set a delay. Without even hearing it. Stick a delay pedal in front of me, and if I could get 400 milliseconds, I could set all the other controls and not even, and it'll be more or less right.
Yeah, like I could see that happening.
Ali, Eric Johnson at the Cheese and Grain, 24th of July. Nice one.
I'd love to go. I can't, unfortunately.
That'd be a good gig. Might see if I can. I saw Eric Johnson a few years back. Great gig, and his pedal board looked like it was built by a stoned 11-year-old.
It had probably been hacked up by him the day before because he wanted to change something.
Yeah, it'll be going to TPS and they'll be fixing it for him. Anyway,
going back to the previous question, if you have a control on your delay where you can darken up the delay a little bit, or you have a darker delay, that's even better because then you could set that up so it doesn't interfere with your notes. It's almost like natural ducking, but not really.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know? Absolutely. Jim, I wish Blackstar would come up with a larger version of the mini beam.
Like the big beam.
Big beam, yeah. Maybe they will. It is a good product. Good day from Michigan, Hod. A good day, Hod. Hope you're well. I do. What are we going on about?
This is if they want to see us play it now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I'm going to do it. I'm going to drop us in. I'm going to just do it, and then we'll have to turn up and we'll play dad rock covers, and it'll be hilarious.
Can we do it early on so it doesn't interfere with the evenings?
Oh, I don't think we get to choose.
No. It's got to be, because you can't spoil. The whole point of going to NAMM is the evening jollies.
But we'll get everyone to come and watch us do the evening jollies. It'll be brilliant.
Jolly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Will, Hyper, what guitar do you regret selling the most? I regret selling. I've told the story. I had a Peter Green's owned Fender custom shop Strat. Really early custom shop, like really early. Obviously, Peter Green used to live near me, and the local music shop, he used to take his stuff down and dump it off. And yes, he had this red custom shop Strat, and it was a highly. Do you remember those custom shop Strats that had the highly? It was a not burl maple. What's the
Bird's eye?
Bird's eye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bird's eye maple neck. It was very bling. It had a pearlized scratch plate.
Wow, I love that.
Glossy neck, right?
It was satin. It was a satin neck.
Oh, okay.
Satin neck, but it was it was Peter Green's guitar. What an idiot! What it would. But the thing is, at the time, I mean, I don't think I probably knew who Peter Green was.
You wanted guitars with points on and rose.
Yeah, I got rid of so many great guitars because at the time, they weren't pointy. Oh man, such a stupid era. Hey, have you seen the new Jacksons though? The Jackson custom shop relics guitar.
No.
Go and check them out. They look awesome.
Wadey,
I appreciate you taking the time to engage with the audience. A lot of channels plead for interaction, like subscribers, comments, etc., but don't reciprocate. You guys have always been solid. Cheers, Wadey.
So what I'm going to say now is, can you please like and subscribe? Oh,
well, Eric Johnson's playing the Brook in Southampton. Oh, there we go. Well, that's nearer.
That's a Monday night.
I don't know to be honest. I mean, Southampton's really near to me, but I don't know the venues in Southampton. So I've lived down here for 3 years now, and I don't know any venues. So
I'll get a ticket.
Do you want to come to that?
Damn right.
Okay. We'll do that. Mate. See if Lee wants to go. Might not be enough distortion for Lee, but
how could it not? It's Eric Johnson. How can it not be?
And Al wants to go to the gig as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
All right. Looks like we're all crashing on your studio floor, mate.
Well, I guess I'll sit home that night. You guys have a good time.
Welcome. I don't fancy you commute home, though, mate.
No, man. Those 9-hour flights are horrible.
Yeah. At this point, as you can imagine, this week we are so loaded with some of these.
Stupid comment of the week.
Can I just say though, this is not a stupid comment. This is probably geeky comment of the week.
Yeah, but we've had some stupid ones as well.
We've had some really stupid ones, but have you picked the one that I think you've picked?
Yes, we've basically most of the ones that I couldn't pick, because Paul had replied probably in the wee small hours of the morning after several beerages, and his answers could. You've done a good piece of content when it lights up the internet and lights up the comments. It's been hilarious. A couple more just to get in, and then we'll pull up stumps, as we say.
Okay. Farid, the Brook, the 1865 and engine rooms in Southampton are worth keeping an eye on for gigs. Nice one.
There we go.
Well,
and last but by no means least,
Chubby says I do.
There we go. 5 people want us to play it now, so that's good enough for me.
There'll be 5 people turning up.
Yeah. thanks everyone for joining us this evening, and also thanks to my dear friends and colleagues, Mr. Vinnie the Axe, that way, Mr. Paul Drew, and me. Good night, everyone. Have a great week and weekend of gigging and all that sort of stuff. We'll see you next week. We've just 4 more to go until 300. If you want us to do something fun for 300, because Paul's bottling out already, say call 300 or something in the comments, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Have a good one, and night-night.
Take it easy.